Hello folks and welcome along to the channel. We're here for the first time in a while on a Thursday and I could hear myself speaking over the stream. That is absolutely just weird, but we're here with F1 OG tier league, here for their season finale, their round 9 of their season 4. And we've got a bit of a battle still up here for the season finale. We're just getting ready to go into one-shot qualifying, so we'll get back to that shortly. We've got Nobby Bootneck on 240 points, Ross is on 202, Majin is on 200 points, Benji is on 196 and 194 for James in 5th place. Nightflash is on 173, Braden is on 161, CG Drama in 8th on 111, and Fernando Alonso is on 104 points. Now, this track is 4.657 kilometre or 2.894 miles. We've got 14 corners here, 2 TRS zones. In the sprint, we're going to have 11 laps of racing, and in the main race, we're going to have 33 laps. The tyres we're using are the hardest of the bunch, the C3 soft tyres, the C2 mediums, and the C1 hard compound. We've got 15 seconds on the clock, so we're about to get into this. We've got James saying hello, and got Benji saying, hope you're ready to invite me if needed. Well, we'll see if that does end up happening. We'll try and get on with the championship leader right now, who's Nobby Bootneck. We'll go on board with them as they are heading down into turn 1 of Elf and then into Rhino of turn 2 quite nicely. They're going flat through turn 3 and then heading through to the end of sector 1. There we go into turn 4 nicely, this long sweeping right hand corner, and then into the downhill left hand of turn 5, extending out quite widely, bumping on that curb. Not doing too well here, is in 12th position right now, and of course we do know that the new F1 game is out for people on the Deluxe Edition, so some people may be a little rusty coming down into turn 10. They are trying to get as close to them yellow curbs on the inside as much as possible without sacrificing the bumping over them, as it really does unsettle the car. Now through turn 13, and then it's flat here through 14. Used to be a chicane, but it's totally different now. To the line, Night Flash goes quickest. Nobby Bootneck puts in a 113.4. Now, what time did miss that as it just flashes up all so quickly there. So let's have a quick rundown of the one-shot sprint qualifying. Night Flash putting in the fastest lap there for the Alpine team, a 112.493, 6/10 off is Shoei. Then we've got the two Scotsmen of James and Benji there in 3rd and 4th, putting in a 113.2, 113.3, then down to Dr. Braden, Nobby Bootneck, then we've got CG Drama in 7th, in 8th we've got Mr. Spike Robbo in 9th, 10th for Northover, then we've got San, Andrew Pipsmith, Fake Scouser, Cody and Soph, unfortunately at the back of the grid. So there we go, that is going to be your top 15. For the rest, Stuart McCauley saying great last sector. Yeah, no, Bootneck did certainly put in a nice last sector there. Certainly did come back in the final third. Looking at the sky there, the little that we could see, it does look like it is a bit cloudy. So is it going to be a possibility of a little bit of rain? We will soon see. But judging by Spain, I do know that it is usually nice and roasty toasty. So while we are waiting here, and the poor thing is we don't get a countdown. So Benji, if you're listening, if we're going to be getting a countdown, send a quick message in and let me know. It would be appreciated. But we're going to look down at if I do miss it, I do apologise as well. Williams are in the lead of the constructors' standings on 394 points. Haas are in second on 334. Then we've got Alpine on 315 in third place. Then we've got Sauber in fourth on 290. And now we're going to be getting underway. We've got one red light. Oh, and we've got a formation lap. That is nice. I'm not used to this, as we do know on the channel before sprint races, they did usually end up bugging, but fortunately enough, I think it should be okay, hopefully, if everyone's got a good connection, that is. But let's see, Night Flash are going to be out in front on the mediums. Shoei is looking to try and get a good start here on the soft tyres. Now we've got the four behind of James, Benji, Dr. Braden and Nobby Bootneck on the medium tyres. CJ Drama, Mr. Spike and Robbo in 7th, 8th and 9th on the softs. And we've got two mediums, two softs, and then Cody on the mediums. So planning to go on the softs at the start. So let's see how this is going to go. They're just coming up the S section of 7 and 8 now through this flat during the race anyway. Usually unsure how it's going to go with the higher fuel loads. Of course, they are only using about 11, just over 11 laps of fuel in the car, so not too much, but still enough to add a bit of weight from qualifying. So got Thomas saying that he's busy, he's not racing because he's busy on the new game, so getting up and started. Stuart McCauley saying, mind you only done one race in this league, but hoping to be in for full next season. Yep, would be nice to see. We've got Dodie as well saying this feels odd once you've played F1 25. Yeah, I could imagine that, certainly. Thomas saying he's done the 3 races in OG, so let's see how it is going to go. We've got a few drivers who have went over their pit box a little, but now we're going to get a terrible camera angle as bloody usual. Got Fake Scouser joining it in as well, so nicely done. Let's see if he's going to jump in for the race. Got Benji getting up a place into third there. Night Flash managing to get a good start. Shoei on the outside. Is Benji going to risk up the inside? Oh, it's going to be tough here. James is fighting back, and it looks like Benji has managed to get that third position. We've got a car off. Let's try and get a look down. That was Andrew Pip Smith who is turned around. Looking down, and Mr. Spike as well is down at 6 places. Soph and Cody both up 4 places after all that altercation at the start there. Now we're going to move up further and see how Night Flash is doing. He's not managing to pull away much. Only 3/10 the gap between Night Flash and Shoei right now. Looking on, let's see the Mercedes. Are they going to be fighting out through this, or is it going to be a little bit of teamwork going to be involved? Now, certainly, let's see. Oh, Shoei getting a little bit too much on that curb around turn 12. Let's see how is it going to line him up here. He's using that battery. This is a sprint race. He's got them soft tyre advantage here, but I don't think it's going to be too much of an advantage. But let's see how it's going. Going down the inside, and we're seeing another move in the background there. Oh, and the Alpine of Night Flash sticking it around the outside there and managing to hold on to that first position. But it is not over yet. Looking on though, is he going to be going for a little stab up the inside? No, not getting up there close enough. So nice battle in there from the two up front there in the Alpine and the Ferrari of Night Flash and Shoei. Looking from the back of James there, you can see CJ Drama and Robbo closely followed by Dr. Braden, and as they're all going up, and oh, Shoei trying up the inside there, but no dice. Now going down the outside at turn 10. Is he going to manage to get it? It looks like he is nicely. And looking back, also we see the two Scotsmen of Benji and James battling out there still for that third position on the grid. This is certainly a great race. We've seen Dr. Braden and Robbo swap places there. So Dr. Braden is up into 6th position. As Dr. Braden still got the DRS, but oh wait there, Shoei is being overtaken by Benji and Night Flash there. So down 2 places into 3rd there. Looking on, Northover going a little bit wide there. Managing to keep it to, but Robbo in 6th position is losing out to CJ Drama, who's managing to keep up with the drivers in front. Big lock up there from, I think that was Shoei there in the Ferrari. Now just looking down at his chart, so we've got Thomas saying you're going to be a steward for OG next season. That's certainly going to be fun to see. And Stuart says my first league race too, was sitting 9th and disconnected, was raging. Yeah, I've had my fair share of disconnections myself before. Well, when I did league race, just commentating for now, but looking on at Shoei, he's got the DRS, he's using that battery, he's got the slipstream, the double slipstream. Is he going to manage to pull out? It's not, he got kind of blocked off there from Benji, who slips up the inside of the Alpine and is going to manage to take that 1st position, but not without a fight. Night Flash holding it around the outside and manages to get that 1st position back. That was absolutely brilliant battling. Benji, unfortunately, from that altercation, is now battling with Shoei, and Shoei goes off the track there. And did he? Oh, there's a bit of a collision there with Dr. Braden. Has any of them lost any damage? Give us a goddamn off-board camera angle, for Jesus Christ's sake. There we go. Oh, was that Robbo? Robbo going and managing to. Did he manage to slip past him? He did for a second there, but trying to see who has got damage here is not Northover's managing to get past that Mercedes there. Has Robbo got an issue? He has. He's got a broken front wing. I couldn't see that before. That must have been with the altercation with Shoei. It was a bit unfortunate there. Night Flash has managed to pull out a decent gap there and is over a second. He's going to be out of the DRS range. Oh, Northover losing a good few positions there, but unfortunate what's happening. I didn't think Fake Scouts had managed to get in time. Or did he? I must have missed that. My mistake. Looking on Robbo though, right on the tail of that Alpine of Nobby Bootneck. A little bit of a lock up there. I think that was from Shoei again, or is it Benji? I'm unsure which one it was. San and Northover swapping places there, and it looks like Northover sending up the inside again on turn 5 and manages to get that position back there, getting that 10th position. Of course, we've got points all the way down into 10th place here for the sprint. Oh, Robbo taking a little bit of a detour there, touching the gravel a bit on the exit of turn 9. You don't want to be doing that. We've got Cody getting the first penalty of the evening, a 3-second time penalty. So looking at the gaps up front, they're quite separate here, and unfortunately Shoei is dropped down 2 places, sitting in 4th. Going to be a bit of a tall order to try and pull that back if he slips out of that DRS range, as we do know how powerful the DRS is. And we've got CJ Drama into the pits. Is that a new front wing? Yep, that's a bit unfortunate there for CJ Drama. It's going to be costing them quite a bit of time there, driving through the mechanic there, immersive as ever. We've got the pit crew just being a little bit of Casper the Friendly Ghost there. Let's move on and see, is any of these guys going to manage to get close enough to make a move going down into turn 10? It doesn't appear so just yet, so let's see. We'll have a quick look at the tyres right now. It seems like the soft tyres not doing what they what they thought they would. Unfortunately, the medium runners have been quite decent here. Only Shui being one up there on the soft tyres. Unfortunately, he has dropped down a couple of places. Just seen, I think that was Fake Scouser getting past North over there. Benji and Shui swapping places, and Shui now up into third place. Cody and Fake Scouser getting up past. What is even happening here? Northover still in 10th. Robo dropped down, and Fake Scouser's up to 8th place, and Cody managing to get up as well. We've got San and Northover battling it out. We've got Fake Scouser and Robo here also. Fake Scouser up the inside there of Robo, managing to get that position. And unfortunately, Robo has got a broken front wing, so we've still got to remember that. As you can see right there on the left-hand side end plate. That'll allow Fake Scouser to just focus on his own race for now, as the soft tyres on Robo's car will be getting worked extra hard, considering he's got a bit of a reduction in the front downforce. But Fake Scouser getting the tail end out, coming out of turn 12. Certainly not one thing you want to be doing. That sets you up as Benji now goes past Shui and takes back that 4th place, and Dr. Braden's going to follow him through up the inside. And we've just seen, was it Northover getting a penalty there. So second one as Andrew Pipsmith manages to make up the place on San, and so does Soph, going up into 12th place. San dropping down 2 positions, is now in 13th. We've got a caution there for CJ Drama. It seems to be all good now, so that is certainly nice. I think it'll be a bit too late for a safety car to be put out, so a bit too late in the evening for that, but we'll see how things are going to stand later on. We're going to have a quick look at CJ Drama, what's happening with them. Unsure what is happening there. 2 seconds, folks. Need to go drink. There we go, folks, and looks like Benji is managing to stick with the back of Dr. Braden here. And look how quick that is, the difference in speed there as Benji goes flying past and takes that 3rd position. Mr. Spike, another driver who's got a penalty. San coming into the pits. So his son unfortunately got some damage. It's not looking good for the Aston Martin team. So we'll have a quick check. Has somebody disconnected? No, they haven't. So yep, front wing change for San. Aston Martin not been lucky at all, and I would say the same as went for this season in Formula 1. It's not exactly been the best seasons for Fernando Alonso, not managing to score a point in all 8 races up to now. As Dr. Braden manages to get up into 3rd place there, passing Benji. Oh, and we've seen Shui there getting a bit out of shape there. Was there contact there? I did miss that. Robo, another one, 3-second time penalty, certainly not going to be good for them. Andrew Pipsmith could move up a couple of positions, and he won't have much to fear if Robo does end up catching up and moving past him. Let's see, is Benji going to manage to steal this position back? It looks like it, as he moves up the inside there. Nicely done. But is Dr. Braden going to be able to come back coming out of turn 10, or is he going to hold off and wait until the final time to go down the start finish straight all the way down into turn 1? Looking on right now, we're on lap 10 out of 11 here, folks. Benji is managing to hold off on that 3rd position. Let's see, is he going to manage to keep it though? As we're on the penultimate lap of the race, we've only got one more tour of this track in this Sprint Grand Prix here. until we get moving on to the next sessions. Northover getting another 3-second time penalty. That's 6 seconds worth of time penalty now. Now looking on at Dr. Braden. Is he going to go for it here? It looks like he is. He's using that battery, using the DRS, and it moves up into third position. And Night Flash, Nobby Bootneck, sorry, is trying to get past Benji there, and it doesn't look like he's going to manage to do that, holding it around the outside. A bit unlucky there. Benji managing to carry that momentum through nicely through turn 2. And holding off that attacking Alpine. Alpine's set out to get some good points here in first and fifth right now, and same with the Silver team in second and sixth. So nicely done for them. Sees Benji going to manage to come back in this. It doesn't look like it. The gap has opened up a bit too much now, unfortunately, it seems. So it looks like this may be the finishing order. Because CJ Drama, that might have been how he was holding back there. Just wanted to finish the race, but just want to do one last lap. As we see, Night Flash comes home to take the victory there and take the full amount of points there. Nicely done. James coming up and finishing in second. Dr. Braden doing quite nicely to get up into third. Up 2 places, Nobby Bootneck in fifth. 7 places for Fake Scouser, up into sixth. So nicely done from them. Shoei not managing to pull out the strategy on the soft, but unfortunately they're losing 5 positions. Andrew Pipsmith in 8th, 9th for Cody. Then we've got Northover in 10th, Soph coming home in 11th, Robbo in 12th, Mr. Spike in 13th, and I'm just waiting on San, who was a bit unfortunate also, as CJ Drama has already crossed the line. Yeah, it's going to be a one-shot qualifying for the race also. So right after this, we're going to be moving into a one-shot qualifying session. There we go, Fake Scouser rightfully getting the driver of the race there. And we see Night Flash walking away with the victory there, managing to get it by 1.2 seconds. James managing to get that second place by 6.4 seconds. So nicely done there from James. Dr. Braden also getting that third place, and Benji in fourth. Nobby Bootneck in fifth place. Fake Scouser doing excellent, coming up from 13th on the grid. Shoei in 7th, unfortunate there, starting in second place. Andrew Pipsmith in 8th, 9th for Cody. Northover in 10th, Soph finished in 11th, then we've got Robbo in 12th, 13th for Mr. Spike, San in 14th, and CJ Drama unfortunately a lap down and finishing in 15th. So we've got Dodie saying 11th bad, but yay for me. Done nicely out there, getting 11th there, and I think that was Soph? Unsure. But managing to get up there and starting from 15th place, so managing to at least make a few positions, so nicely done there. Got a one-shot qualifying coming up. And then after that we'll be moving on to a 33 lap sprint, full on 50%. I'm tripping over my words here. So we've got a 33 lap race here, 50% off of the actual race laps. So got that coming up after this. We've got a 15-second counter starting now. And we will be getting underway. We'll try and get a good viewpoint. Hopefully we'll get a good one coming in. Oh, and it seems like someone hasn't listened, so we'll try and get up here and we'll go with Fake Scouser right now as they're coming, airing it down into turn 1 there nicely. Everyone on the soft tyres. Night Flash is unfortunately retired. It's going to be starting at the back. That's bit odd, but we'll see how that does end up playing out. Fake Scouser coming up into turn 4 now. Turn 4 of Repsol, then we've got Seat, turn 5. Driving around there quite nicely, nice and smooth. Not being too aggressive on the steering, but does be quite aggressive on the curbs, and that's certainly going to cost them a little bit of time, as we've seen him dropping down a couple of places there. DRS is wide open all the way down into turn 10. Flinging the car to the left, and this is just one big corner. I do count it as 2 for some weird reason, but here we'll go into turn 12 here, making sure to keep it within the white lines around turn 13. You've got one more corner to go, and you've got to nail this one flat out and hooking it in, hoping that that car is going to stay glued to the ground. James getting the pole position there, nicely done there. And the teammate Fake Scouser getting a 5th position, so certainly a big improvement for Fake Scouser over the previous qualifying session. Same with Andrew Pipsmith, managing to steal that 2nd place, only just under 800ths of a second off of James, who managed to get that pole, 112.950. Shoei and Andrew Pipsmith in 2nd, then we've got Shoei in 3rd. 4th for Dr. Braden, then we've got Fake Scouser in 5th, 6th for CJ Drama, Benji in 7th, Nobby Bootneck 8th, Robbo 9th, Soph in 10th, San in 11th, then we've got Night Flash and Northover, then we've got Cody and Mr. Spikes, unfortunately, the bottom 4, not setting any times. Did you start with the worst car possible? Sometimes it just happens, unfortunately, so yeah, but unfortunate there. It ends up not sort of a lucky dip, really, if you're going to end up getting a good lap or not. So let's see, wonder if we're going to be getting so we've got Thomason at 1.2 off Max tonight. Alright, we'll read that shortly. Alright, since we've got this, we'll have a quick look at the tyre strategy right now. So it's a split between mediums and softs yet again. So we've got James starting on the mediums, got 2 soft runners of Andrew Pipsmith and Shoei, both going on the softs. Dr. Braden and Fake Scouser on the mediums. Then we've got CJ Drama, Benji and Nobby Bootneck on the softs. Also Robbo on the mediums. Then we've got softs for Soft, mediums for San, Night Flash, Northover, Cody, and then Mr. Spike at the back of the grid. So as the cars are rounding turn 13 here, just about to get ready to get lined up back on the grid there, making sure the tyres are nice and roasty toasty. Want to make sure the rubber is sticking quite nicely. Of course, you don't want to overheat them too much, as that could end up causing them to be slippery as well. So, terrible camera angle yet again. My Jeebus. So we're going to go on board with the James here as we see the 5 red lights all light up, and it's a long hold here. What's happening? Oh, Northover got a drive-through penalty here, and it looks like Andrew Pipsmith has managed to get away quite nicely there. That long hold certainly made a little bit of a mess up there of some people's starts, thinking it was going to go earlier. James has dropped down 2 places. Andrew Pipsmith and Shoei on the softs, moving up places, same as CJ Drama there. We've got Benji dropping right down. What's happening there? Down at the back there. Seen quite a big kerfuffle. Night Flash down in 13th. Mr. Spike there looking like he was going to get in there. And Cody. Oh, who's just went flying off? Night Flash there. I think there was a little bit of contact. And oh, did he get any damage there from grazing that wall there? I don't think so. I think they managed to get away quite lucky there. Let's look at the other Alpine who's sitting in 8th position right now. We're going to go to position changes. So it's saying a medium to hard. Could it be a soft to hard? I'm unsure if that is going to work or not. We've got Benji and oh, Benji. No, that was Northover. Sorry, getting spun around there. And who was that just went flying off? That was so unfortunately. Hopefully she get it back on the track, and she does. Just being careful, joining back in, doesn't want to get in the way of their teammate. So quite nicely done there. We've got Northover into the pits, coming flying in, and I think he's, yep, I thought that. With the velocity that he came down that pit lane at, certainly was going to be a 10-second penalty, and certainly is over for Northover there. They've left the session. That's a bit unfortunate there, considering it's the last race on the game, and especially considering with the new game coming out. Oh, going a bit wide there. Who was that? Was that Benji there? Going a bit wide there at turn 4. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that Night Flash struggling? Oh no, that's just Northover coming out of the pit lane. It's a bit unfortunate with that, of course. Sorry, I had an itchy nose there. It's not the best when you're trying to commentate. You've got a bit of an itchy nose. So the Silvers here are actually doing quite well out here with James in 3rd place and Fake Scouser in 4th. Of course, James not managing to get the best of starts and has lost a couple of places, unfortunately. Go further down and see if there's going to be any swaps. We've got Mr. Spike managing to get past Cody, and now is up into 11th place. Is up 4 positions right now, so nice work there from the McLaren driver. Let's see, is any of these drivers going to be able to make a move? Oh, Robbo being a bit aggressive there with the cabs. Managed to flick the car in quite nicely. It does do a little bit of wonders there for how quick he managed to go through there, but certainly not going to be nice on them tyres. You want to be treating them quite nicely here. And if you do, then you could possibly get away with a 1-stop. Either that, or it could quite possibly be a 2-stop. You don't want to be doing that and wearing out your tyres too early in this Grand Prix. We've got a caution in sector 2. That'll be for Cody, as we see James now making his way back up into 2nd place. Both the Silvers now getting past the Ferrari, but it looks like Shoei's going to be able to manage to hang it around and do the switchback, getting that outside line on the 2nd turn there. Nicely done, managing to get that 3rd place back and only losing 1 position. Fake Scouts are a bit unlucky there, not managing to follow his teammate through. We're on lap 4 out of 33, and I will say these changes to this track certainly do make a big difference. I remember before, a couple of years ago, with the way this corner was and the way the final with the chicane, that was just dreadful. Oh, Shoei taking a bit too much curb there. and actually lost him quite a bit of time to James. James is now quite a way away now. And now Shoei is under threat from the silver, and it looks like is CJ Drama going to be able to come back in this? He certainly is. He's managed to move up into 4th position. Shoei down to 2 positions. Not the best race outcome, unfortunately. I see a Robo battling with Dr. Braden. It seems these two have been right close to one another throughout the sprint also. Now it's continuing on to the races. CJ Drama pushing, seemed like possible pushing out Shoei. Shoei not managing to get the acceleration needed and has now dropped down another 2 places. But unfortunate there for Shoei. Hopefully they could pull it back in this. We've got Nobby in 8th position, right on their tail now as San gets past Benji there. Nice work there from San, using that DRS to its fullest effect. Andrew Pip Smith is actually flying away in the lead, 2.2 seconds now. Of course, it's certainly going to help if drivers behind are battling it out with each other and trying to get that position. Looking on there, CJ Drama being overtaken by Dr. Braden. Seems like he tried to go for a switchback, but unfortunately there was nothing available there, so he had to just hold off on that account. Robo looking like he was just having a little peek up the inside. Is he going to manage to keep the grip on the inside of the corner to try and weasel his way around the outside? No, not managed to get close enough to CJ Drama on this part. So Robo trying up the inside of CJ Drama here. CJ Drama giving him a wide berth there. Oh, James is round. James is round at turn 12. He was doing so well there. And now he's fell down. Was there any contact with their teammate, or was that just a simple driver incident? Either way, but unfortunate there for them. We've got Shoei now moving up into 4th position, but takes to the runoff, goes a bit too hard into turn 1, and ends up losing out there, unfortunately. Now, seeing that we're going to have a look at the stops right now, so CJ Drama and Mr. Spike, only 2 drivers to make a pit stop yet. So I'm apparently reading in the comments that the tyre degradation in the new game is actually quite horrendous, it seems. So it could be quite punishing to those that are quite aggressive on the steering. But we'll see how that is going to work out, if there's going to be any patches or that. We know usually the patches do end up bringing more problems than Dr. Braden getting past Fake Scouser and moving up into 2nd place. But yeah, as they usually end up bringing in patches, they usually end up messing the game up sometimes more. Got Benji coming into the pits now, getting them tyres changed. Fake Scouser not managing to get close enough just yet. But of course that is just a mini DRS zone compared to the start-finish straight. Fake Scouts are still using that DRS. It's proving to be quite effective at managing to manage that range to Dr. Braden. He's managed to pull it all back on the straights. Oh, Night Flash and James swapping places here. Who has made a pit stop? Nope, none of them yet. So it's only the three at the back, CG Drama, Benji and Mr. Spike. Of course, let's have a quick look at the tyres. So hard tyres for CG Drama and Benji. So that is certainly a quicker one. Mr. Spike's definitely going to need to commit to a two-stop, but unfortunately. We'll see how that does end up going for them. Could that be a quicker strategy here? We'll soon find out, as we're only on lap 9 out of 33 in this Grand Prix. We're just a couple of laps away from a third of the race distance here. Fake Scousers lining up that move there. We're getting a lovely aerial shot here. And he knew by how quick he exited that final corner that he was going to get that second place there, nice and easy. The overspeed with the DRS is just insane sometimes, as we see James getting past Night Flash, also moving up into 8th position. So Soph into the pits for another pit stop, for their first pit stop, sorry. So both McLarens have done their pit stops, and nicely done from them, but is it going to be a bit early? They're going to be doing a two-stop, it seems like it. Dr. Braden, they're going to be able to get past Fake Scouser here. Yep. Getting back past there and managing to take that second place back. Andrew Pipsmith is 1.7 up the road. Night Flash on the tail of San and is going to use that DRS to get up the inside of the Aston Martin and move up into 7th place. Up next is going to be the Ferrari for Night Flash, but it's quite a way away. It's 3.3 seconds, closing quite quickly actually. And I just realised I've been speaking to myself there for a minute there. That was on me. So we've got Shui there coming into the pits there, same with Nobby Bootneck and San. And Fake Scouser managed to get past Dr. Braden to get a second place at the back again, fortunately. Now, we've seen a lot of drivers coming into the pits now. We've got Robbo, CJ Drama, Nobby Bootneck, Benji, Shoei, San, Mr. Spike and Sove all came into the pits now. We've only got 6 drivers left to make their pit stop, so they're going to be doing a one-stop strategy. We'll get the tyres up right now. Andrew Pip Smith managing to nurse the soft tyres quite nicely, it seems. He's still managing to maintain that gap while still being on the soft tyres, so trying to be quite nice, I will say. I'm just going to refresh the chat here, as it does end up being quite difficult to see sometimes. So Fake Scouser is into the pits now. So we've seen a lot of medium runners coming off of them tyres also. So the medium's not the best tyres, or are they going for a 2-stop? But now we could see the soft tyres are starting to wear out. Andrew Pip Smith has just lost a good little bit of time there to Dr. Braden. Is this going to be the part where the tyres start to fall off? Fake Scouser managing to get a good clear air. Can he pull this back and get ahead here? It could be quite possible. Cody right on the tail of Fake Scouser, of that Silver coming into turn 5. There's only half a second between them. But Nobby Bootneck, who's even closer to CJ Drama, and we could certainly see an overtake. Could we see one going down into turn 7? No. That was that would have been quite a ballsy move there. Cody not going to be close enough, as we see Andrew Pip Smith and Dr. Braden both come into the pits. Now, is Fake Scouser going to manage to get an undercut on them? I don't think so. So Andrew Pip Smith managing to come back out in the lead. Is he going to get the jump on any? Nope, Fake Scouser just not quick enough there to close that gap and get the leapfrog of the undercut there. Bit unfortunate there. We've got CJ Drama and Nobby Bootneck still battling it out for that 6th position here. And now we're on lap 15 out of 33 in this Grand Prix. Nobby Bootneck trying up the inside around on the exit of turn 3. Mr. Spike has retired from the Grand Prix. That's in the pit lane. A bit unfortunate there for the McLaren. So now we are down to one McLaren here, unfortunately. Let's see Robbo here moving to the right hand side here of Cody, using that DRS going down into turn 10, and manages to get that 4th position off of Cody there. Nicely done. Of course, let's see stops. So Cody is the only driver who's still yet to do a pit stop yet. We'll see how that is going to go. When are they going to be pitting? I think it's going to be no. Thought it was going to be this lap, but apparently not, as Benji ends up getting a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings of leaving the track. So Cody definitely fallen back quite a bit here, and is going to be on right in front of Nobby Bootneck quite soon enough. So let's see how Night Flash is going to do on these fresh hard tyres against CG Drama on the 9-lap old hard compound tyres. We see Cody jumping into the pits now. Let's see how Night Flash is going to take this, going using that DRS, is up into 6th place. Fake Scouser also managing to move up past Dr. Braden there, or hold off on that position. I couldn't quite. No, he's managed to get past him, sorry. My mistake. So nicely done from Fake Scouser, moving up into 2nd place. Andrew Pip Smith doing quite excellent. 3 seconds now, sorry. So, Stuart and Thomas, how's quick question, how does the new game compare to this? Any noticeable key differences? That's the thing I would like to know. But see James and Benji here side by side going into turn 7. James managed to just get ahead, and they two battling out there. Benji came in a bit early, and the tyres are not as good as James is right now. James coming in a bit later, 6 laps later, of course, and that means 6 laps younger tyres on. Oh, but he does end up getting a loose rear end, and then a little tap there from Benji. Unfortunately, Benji couldn't do nothing to avoid that and ended up just being pretty much a passenger there. Dr. Braden getting back, passing up into 2nd place, and this is going to be perfect. This is going to be what Andrew Pip Smith wants, so he could hold off on that 1st position. He's opening that gap up ever so slightly each and every single lap. So, Thomas saying about the new F1 game, I think saying the car is not oversteering anymore, but it's a lot of understeer with a default setup. Yeah, I would imagine so, but yeah, that's quite an interesting one. So we're seeing also the mainly tyre wear is the big difference. So the tyres are quite a bit different, but of course remember sometimes the tyres that do end up changing and will go steps softer. Fake Scouser into 2nd place. Oh, we've got Sophie's left the session. Hopefully she could get back in soon enough. Oh, her PS just crashed. That's unfortunate. Hopefully she could get back in time. You never know, it might end up being a safety car and might end up managing to catch it back up to the back of the pack. We're only on the lap 19 just now. And oh, the cars are heavier compared to this year. Night Flash and Robo battling out here. My mistake, I was missing. Oh! That looked like that was a bit cheeky there from Robbo. I think Night Flash may have something to say about that. We'll go on board with Night Flash right now. Is Night Flash going to be just as aggressive back? We'll soon see whether that have been a lag or not. It's a bit unsure about that. Let's see. Seen as Shui and Benji swapping places just there. Fake Scouser and Dr. Braden still battling over that 2nd place as Night Flash now goes flying past Robbo in that Mercedes to take that 5th position. And now up next is their teammate of Nobby Bootneck. Benji managed to get past Shui there. But Shui looks like he's trying to hang it around the outside, trying to get the outside line going into turn 4, and that's not going to be the best line to use, but does end up providing a switchback there with Benji going out a bit wide and Shui managing to move up into 8th position. Benji trying to squeeze that Ferrari up to that apex as much as possible, and he certainly want to be trying to do that, but unfortunately did not help. out right there and then. Let's see, Fake Scouser, are they going to be able to get this position back? Certainly should do with the DRS here, as they're going flying down the straight here, and Dr. Braden is not even battling it anymore, which is quite understandable, of course. What's the point of battling if you're not going to be able to get it? So we've had managed to get back into this session here. Benji managing to get past Shoei also, up into 8th place now. Shoei's not backing down though. See Shoei trying up the outside again, but it's not going to be as easy as that. But here we go, he's trying to keep it up around the outside of turn 5, but no dice there, says Benji. Imagine to hold off on that 8th position quite nicely, and then 13 lap Old Hard compound tyres. Let's move up to Dr. Braden here, who could be lining up a move on Fake Scouser. 0.6 is the gap. Doesn't seem that Dr. Braden realises. Seems like Dr. Braden has realised that he's not going to be close enough to go for that overtake just yet. His Night Flash though was close enough, and now manages to get back up into that 5th position here. 1.5 seconds separate the two Alpine drivers here as Benji now gets up past Shoei, and so does James, up into 8th and 9th place. Shoei down into 10th. A little bit of contact there between James and Shoei as now James manages to get up into 8th position here. Benji and James both battling out side by side here, coming down into turn 5. Got Benji on the outside, James on the inside, getting that tail end right out and trying to cover as much area as possible where the drivers can't get an overtake done. These two are just battling out side by side this whole track, and San has got an excellent view of this, being able to see all this going on, and now makes his move on Benji, tries to go around the outside, takes the inside line at first, then switches to the outside, but Shoei manages to get past, and oh, that is a bit unfortunate there. Is there any damage? Nope, it doesn't. It just seems to have slowed down San, but unfortunate there also though. Now San is getting past that Ferrari here and moving up into 10th position. Same with Benji holding off on James there. Now James is going to be trying around the outside here at turn 4. It's going to turn into the inside at turn 5 for James, and it looks like he's going to manage to hold off Benji once again. Dr. Braden putting in the fastest lap of the race, trying to break that as much as possible. Of course, doesn't have a lot in the DRS battery, the ERS battery, sorry. So, but unfortunately, they couldn't pull away enough, and that's allowed Dr. Braden, Fake Scouser, to get past Dr. Braden and move up into 2nd place yet again. Andrew Pipsmith is loving this right now. 5 seconds is the gap to the car behind, so he has certainly got nothing really to worry about. Benji and James swapping places there. Shoei was having a little look up the inside at turn 1, but no dice there for Shoei, and he has to settle back down to 10th position. James, though, is the left door open for the Ferrari. Is the Ferrari going to be counteractive? or not. Don't look like it right now. Benji and James swapping places yet again. James now up into 8th place. Shoei is now battling out with Benji, who manages to hold his ground and keep that 9th position. We've got Nobby Bootneck and Night Flash swapping places, and Night Flash now moving up into 4th position. So let's see how Benji is going to come. He's going to come flying up past that Silver of James. Shoei unfortunately not managed to close the gap enough yet. Same with San. So we've also got someone in the chat saying the Sector 3 in Miami is pretty much impossible. Well, not pretty much impossible, but it's more harder, sorry, than the previous version, meaning this game. So we'll see how that's going to go. Is it going to get patched or... Let's have a little look at Dr. Braden using that battery in the DRS and the slipstream. The triple wombo combo moving up into 2nd place into turn 1 as we're on lap 26 of this Grand Prix out of 33 laps. So see Benji and San here still battling out quite ferociously for that 8th position. So let's see, we've only got about 6 or 7 laps left in this Grand Prix. 6 laps left after this Grand Prix, after this lap, sorry. And Andrew Pipsmith has already started that lap, so that now goes down to 5 laps left until the end of the session. Dr. Braden getting up into 2nd place yet again. Nobby Bootneck and Night Flash swapping places yet again. Of course, 1 on the medium and a lot on the hards. So we'll see how that is going to fare out. What's going to fall off? Well, when this medium is going to fall off, this Nobby Bootneck can't be holding on much longer. Same with Andrew Pipsmith, but we'll see how that is going to fare for them. Is it going to be a one-stop clear and cut, or are they having to do some tyre conservation right now and just preserve the tyres as much as they can? Move up to Night Flash here. They're doing quite nicely, keeping with Nobby Bootneck here. How long are the medium tires going to last though? That is the question. Dr. Braden putting in the fastest lap of 1:15.241. Oh, see Night Flash and Nobby Bootneck swapping places also there for that 4th position. Night Flash moving up into 4th there, nicely done. We're going to have a look further down here and have a look at James and Benji and Shoei here, who have been battling out quite fiercely for the latter stages of this Grand Prix. Benji now moves up into 8th position. So let's see, James and Benji going side by side through turn 4 here. Who's going to be coming out as the victor here? Is it going to be James or Benji? Benji's going to have the inside line at turn 5. Is James going to be able to carry that momentum out, or is he going to get squeezed? It looks like Benji's managed to fend him off for now, but that could all change as we're on lap 30 in this Grand Prix right now. James, they're going for a lot of a cheeky move, it seems, but looks like he's going to be all good. There's no contact whatsoever. Let's see, and Night Flash is down, still holding on to the back. Let's see how Dr. Braden is going to be holding off Fake Scouser here. We've only got 3 laps left of racing here after this. James and, let's again, James and Benji fell right down. The Shoei going to manage to squeeze up there. Nope, doesn't look like it. San is up from 10th position. Is now, oh, James getting a big snap there of oversteer. And that's certainly unsettled Benji, who had to dodge out the way, and that's allowed Shoei up the inside here. Shoei not being provided any sort of leeway there. Night Flash and Nobby Bootneck swapping places yet again, it seems. Night Flash back up into 4th position. The medium tyres are most certainly won't be doing much well in this Grand Prix. We'll see how it is going to fare for them though. Let's see how Andrew Pip-Smith is doing on them mediums. 16 lap old set of mediums, is 5 seconds in the lead right now. Oh, it seems that Soph's console is unfortunately messing up, it seems. Hopefully she can get back in. Now, is Dr. Braden going to be able to... Oh, and Soph's AI has somehow went into the pits, so, but unfortunate there for Soph. It's only over this game my PS turns itself on and off. Yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. I've had it happen to me before where I had a warning come up. This was when I was on PS4, so I had a warning come up that oh, Benji losing quite a bit of time there. Yeah, I've had it before where I was in a race in Australia and on the PS4 it was I needed it to give it a good deep clean, but yeah, it was overheating unfortunately, and yeah, it came up a warning as a mid-race, So fortunately enough, it was a safety car, so I managed to get that away and get that screen off before the race restarted. It was hectic, I'm not going to lie. And yeah, I was honestly thinking my PS was going to shut down mid-race, but it wasn't, so I was all good with that. Looking on now, we are on the final lap of the season, and Fake Scouser is bearing down on Dr. Braden. Dr. Braden trying to give him as much of a squeeze as possible, but staying within the rules, and it seems that Dr. Braden dropping down into third. That could all change. Coming down into turn 10, we've got Nobby Bootneck and Night Flash battling out as Nobby Bootneck goes around the outside at turn 1, then gets that inside line going into turn 2, so quite nicely done from Nobby Bootneck to get that 4th position. We'll see how that is going to fare. Is there going to be some Alpine rules here, or is it just going to be all out warfare? I think most likely the answer is going to be all out warfare. So let's go up to our leader right now, the one who's at the front and in the lead of this Grand Prix. Andrew Pipsmith, from flag to finish, pretty much has led this Grand Prix and comes across the line to win. Absolutely splendid drive from Andrew Pipsmith. Fake Scouser managing to steal that 2nd place, but had a penalty into the bargain, so does end up dropping down into 3rd place. We've got Nobby Bootneck and Night Flash battling out side by side here, and it looks like Night Flash is going to get that victory there over Nobby Bootneck by less than a tenth of a second, 96 thousandths of a second there. I think that was a bit calculated from the pair of them. Trying a little bit of what happened with Schumacher and Barrichello, it seems, in Indianapolis. Trying to go across the line at the same time, unfortunately. No, not managing to do it. So there we have it. We're just waiting on Cody. There we go. Cody coming to the line. And there we have it, folks. So saying I'll give. It's only on F1 it happens. Yeah, and mine was the same. It would only ever happen when I was playing F1. And most of the time it would sound like a bloody jet taking off from Heathrow, so it wasn't the best. When I was playing it, you could actually hear it on the mic on the other end. So there we go, we've got our podium results there, nicely done there from Andrew Pipsmith, getting that top step off the podium there. So well done to him, and same with Fake Scouser and Dr. Braden there for running out the 2nd and 3rd slots. And it seems so bland, the podiums on this game, and there's no mad music, but anyway. Andrew Pipsmith there getting the victory there, nicely done there. Dr. Braden in 2nd place also gets the fastest lap, so he manages to walk away with an extra point there. Fake Scouser in 3rd place did finish 2nd, but with that 3-second time penalty knocked him down into 3rd, but unfortunate there in the end. Night Flash in 4th, 5th for Nobby Bootneck, so great result there for the Alpine team, getting the 4th and 5th there. Robbo in 6th, 7th for CJ Drama. Then we've got Shoei in 8th. Good qualifying, not so good race for them, unfortunately. James, same for them, got the pole position but couldn't replicate it in the race. San in 10th, nicely done, managing to get up a place. Benji fell down, not so good. Cody in 12th, and then Soph in 13th, and unfortunately disconnected a couple of times. Mr. Spike and Northover were the two that did end up not finishing the Grand Prix, so a bit unfortunate there for the pair of them. So we've got San saying thank you for the comms tonight. You are more than welcome. It has been absolutely splendid there. That was actually quite a decent race there. That was actually quite fun to see, battling all the way to the end for quite a lot of drivers there. So thanks for having me. Looking forward to hopefully jumping on next season. We'll need to see how things go. But from everyone who done commentary for over this F124. Thank you, it's been splendid, and hopefully moving on to F125 soon enough. So until next time, everyone take care and peace out.